In this video, I'm going to show you a quick way to create a voxel character. The best part, the software we're using is 100% free and the character will take less than 5 minutes to create. Welcome to my channel, my name is Justin, the creator of Voxel Peeps, a place where we have fun with voxels. If you're interested in knowing how to create a simple voxel character, then you'll love this video, and if you stick around to the end, I have something fun and exciting for you, so keep watching. Now before we even create a voxel character, we need to download and install our free program called Magicavoxel. If you scroll down to the description of this video, you'll see the link to their website. Otherwise, you can just Google Magicavoxel and find it that way. You can pause this video now if you need to install the program and come back once you've opened Magicavoxel and you're ready to create your character. So now that you've got Magicavoxel open, you're going to go to the top right hand corner of your screen and click on Clear. You're going to then go to the bottom left hand corner of your screen and click on Grid. So this is the area that we'll be creating our character in, and at times you're going to want to see and edit the character from different angles. Now to rotate this area, you're going to press and hold the right mouse button and start to move the mouse so you can get a feel for the rotation. So now that you're used to that, you're going to zoom in and out to look at the finer details of your character by scrolling your middle mouse wheel forward and backwards. You can hold down the middle mouse button and move the mouse in any direction to pan the camera. Now I would suggest playing around with the camera angles to get a feel for it, and just remember to pause at any time in this video. This isn't a race and only giving you the basics to start playing around with your new character. So now that you're ready, we're going to select 3 buttons to start building the character: the attach button, box mode button, and the mirror button. So now that I've got those 3 selected, I'm just going to go and zoom in here so I've got a better view of my character when I start to build it. Now I'm going to click and drag the box. Now that you can see that I've created a left foot, it's automatically creating me a right foot. That's happening because I've got the mirror mode on. So I'm just going to create an extra layer here to start the legs. Okay, so I'm just going to have a quick pan around to have a look, to see if I'm happy with it. And I'm just going to go to the face mode and extrude those legs up. So I'm clicking on one of those legs and both of them are moving at the same time. Okay, so they're in uniform right now. I'm just going to click back on the box mode and add a bit more length there, and just attach the 2 by clicking one of the boxes at the top and the other. I'm just having a quick pan around, looking to see if there's anything else that I can add. And I'm sort of happy with that. So I'm just going to add a bit of the body now. So I'm just adding from the front and the back. Just having a quick pan around, having a look to see if there's anything that I need to add. And I'm quite happy with what I've got so far. So I'm just going to go back to the face tool and I'm gonna extrude that body upwards. You could either hold and drag it up, or you could just click it to add a new layer on top of each other. Just gonna add some arms here. Gonna put those down a bit more. I'm happy with that. Just having a look, and as you can see, I rotate a lot to make sure that I'm happy with what I'm working with. I'm just gonna add a neck here. Add another piece on top, so then we can create the head. Just creating the sides there, the back. Once I've used that, I'm going to go back to the face tool to expand that head over. There we go. I'm happy with that. Use the same tool to then increase the size of that head. Okay, I think we've got the base of our character here. I think we should start painting. So I'm going to go with, let's go with this color here. Make sure you select paint and also the box mode as well. What you do is click and drag on that head there and neck area. That should fill the whole space. Just rotate around, make sure it's all covered. If not, just patch that up. I'm also just going to add in the hand color. I might just start painting the jumper. I'm thinking this red here. So I'm just going to select this jumper area, just drag it down. I might leave that bottom bit for a darker color. Just do the arms here. When I say darker color, I'm thinking like a darker red, just to give it that bit of texture. There we go. I think that looks good. That looks pretty good. Just also going to add a pocket, and just make sure you untick the mirror button there. Then create one there and then check it back again. Rotate it around. Yep, happy with that. I'm just going to start with the jeans, and I'm thinking maybe this blue, that's too light. Maybe I need a darker one. Yeah, that one. Let's go with that. And yeah, that's perfect. That's a really good color. Gonna rotate that around and just do the back area there. Fantastic. I think I'm ready to do the shoes, so maybe just a white color for that. But I think the shoes are a bit too big, so I'm just gonna erase a bit of that. Back in box mode, erase there, done. Really happy with this. Really happy with this. So I'm just going to click on the darker black color and click on paint. And we're just going to start with the eyes. Now you can be very creative with the eyes. You can create them thin. You can create them quite thick. If you do want to go back, you can press Command Z or Control Z if you're not happy, and then repaint. But for today's video, I think I'm just going to go with something quite standard and just do eyes like this. Not going to be any sort of mouth or anything like that. Sort of happy with that, and I might create a hat on top. So what I'm going to do is click on Attach and choose this red here, and just add another layer on top. Bring that forward, bring it forward again, and I'm just going to add another layer on top so it actually looks like a hat. Okay, so now I just want to add some ears, but I've forgotten what color I've used. So I'm just going to use this color picker tool here, select the face, and it's actually going to select it in the color palette for me. So now that I've got that color, I'm just going to click on Attach in box mode and add some ears. Remember, we've got this in mirror mode, so it's going to actually add the ear on the other side as well. So I'm actually really happy with that. Now I told you this will be a basic character, but if you've gotten this far, you've successfully created your first character. Sometimes for beginners, it can be daunting as you may not know where to begin. Hopefully this has given you something to work with the next time you open Magicavoxel. Now, we're not quite finished there yet. We still need to render this image so you can export it as a PNG to add as a profile picture, create an NFT, or just print it and frame it to place it somewhere in your house. Now, I still have something fun and exciting to share with you, so stick around if you want to find out what that is. So now that we're ready to render this image, you're going to click on the render button at the top left of your screen. You're going to go straight down to the bottom right hand of your screen and click on Auth. So I'm just going to rotate and zoom in on my character and to place it in a position that'll look good when we're done editing. Now you may change the camera angle throughout the editing process, so I wouldn't spend too much time making it perfect just yet. So click on the All button, and I've added everything that we need to change today in this video. We're going to increase the sun area to soften the shadows, and we're going to select an image-based lighting to select the scene. I've linked the scene image in the description below, so you can download that and add that if you really wish to use this scene. Inbuilt into Magicavoxel are some presets that you can use as well. Now I'm going to quickly go around and change the rotation of that scene just to give a bit of light on the front end of this character. So I'm just going to change it to that, and I'm going to select everything under sample except for pixelated, and I'm going to click on sparse. Now we're just going to select a color for our background, and I'm thinking maybe a light blue. So I'm going to test a couple of colors over here just to see what will work. At the top of the screen, I'm going to change the angle of the sun. So you can do that by clicking and holding the gray box and moving your mouse left and right to increase or decrease the sun angle. Now I'm just going to go back to the color and try and find a new color for this scene because I'm really not feeling this light blue. Choose like a light purple. Just seeing how that looks, and the biggest thing here is just to play around with different colors and see what works with your character and your color palette that you've used. I'm just going to reposition this. Sort of happy with that angle, but I do like the left. Most of my characters are always facing the right hand side of the screen, so it's going to be a good change to have it facing the left hand side. So we're just going to add a bit of texture here. So we're going to go to the color palette, top right, click and drag all the way to the bottom. Now we're going to go to the right hand side and click on blend. Once you've done that, click on the S button for subsurface scattering. And I want this model to really have the plastic look, so I'm going to increase the IOR and add a bit of reflectiveness to it. Now I don't want to put too much, so I'm going to just find that sweet spot. And now I'm just going to add a bit of a blur to the reflections by increasing the roughness. Now I want the floor to be a bit reflective, so I'm going to left click on the floor while holding the Alt key on a PC or Option key on the Mac, and you're going to see that the Materials tab is now clear. You're going to click on Metal, and you should see that the floor is now reflective. I'm just going to increase the IOR And then zoom out just to have a look at the reflectiveness, and it's a bit too strong for me. So I'm going to decrease that and increase the roughness just to give it that bit of a blow. I'm happy with that. Just going to have a look at the character now and just see if there's anything else that I need to do. And I'm not really feeling the ground color again, so I might change that, but I think the light's too intense. So I'm going to decrease that under the sky tab and reposition. And I'm just going to change the ground color to a yellowy, like a sandy type color actually. And I really do like this color here. So I'm going to choose this for this video. And I'm just going to move around the sun angle just so the light's actually reflecting onto this character from the left hand side. Yeah, I really do like that. So now that we've finished editing the image, we're going to go to the samples per pixel tab at the top right hand of your screen, and we're going to change that to 10,000. Now it is high, but that's going to ensure that we're going to have the best possible image. We're going to also change the image size to 1920 by 1080. This is going to increase the size of our image. Now if you do click outside the box and your character does go blurry, just like this, all you have to do is click back on your character and it'll go back into focus. So this is where you can make your final adjustments, and we're going to have to wait for the blue rendering bar to complete before we save this file. But while it's completing the render, we're going to set the export settings. So we're going to click on the show image settings button and enter 1920 by 1080. So now that you've done that, we're just going to have to wait for this blue bar to go all the way to the end, and then you can click render to save the image. So that's it, we've created a super simple voxel character. I hope you've learned something from today's video, and if you're a voxel artist, upcoming voxel artist, or just a casual viewer, I would appreciate if you could support my channel by hitting the like and subscribe button below, and don't forget the bell icon to get notified when a new video is released. Now just before we go, I did say to you that I have something to share with you all, and by now you should have the basics in creating a voxel character. So I've created a competition that will celebrate our voxel community. So based on the character we created today, I want you to create your own basic character and do 3 things to enter. 1. Leave a comment on this video and tell me what you love most about voxel art. 2. Upload your character to Instagram and tag @voxelpeeps.eth in your image. 3. Use the hashtag voxelpeeps in the image description. Now I'll showcase the best characters in another video once I hit the first 100 tags on Instagram, so get in quick. The best characters will be seen by viewers around the world, so make sure you submit your best work. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribed, and I'll catch you in the next video.